I'm Annabelle Howard from Big Fun Education, and I thought I'd start this off with a story that I wrote a few years ago about a panda, and actually about this panda who's now a little bit older than he was then. And I did a picture of him. I think it's a good likeness. What do you think? He's always been good at sitting still and listening. So, here's the story for you. It's called Can Panda Read? One Friday afternoon, a panda bear called Pana says to his mother, "I need some books." "There are lots of books in your room, Pana," his mother says, very gently. "Good readers have more books than that," said Pana, who can read a few words but isn't sure whether or not this counts as real reading. "If you need more books, let's go to the library," says his mother, who is very proud of Pana for wanting to learn how to read. When they get to the library, Pana doesn't want to look at books. "I need to play," he says. And he plays very nicely with a polar bear who likes jumping up and down. "Aren't they playing nicely?" says Pana's mother to the polar bear's mother. Both mothers are very proud of their friendly bears. After his friend leaves, Pana starts picking out lots and lots of books. "I love books," Pana says. "I want all of these." "Well, if you want to take them all home, we will," says his mother, who is very proud of Pana for liking books. "But first, come over here, Pana, read to me," says his mother, who has settled into a big, comfy armchair. "Not here, not now. I have to take these books home," says the busy panda bear. Pana's mother is proud of her strong son. She watches him carry the very tall pile of books to the librarian's desk. When they get home, they have a yummy supper together. "Which book do you want to read first?" asks Pana's mother. Pana is busy carrying his plate and cup to the kitchen counter. His mother watches Pana, who is so very busy not answering her question. "Pardon me?" says Pana to his mother. "Which book do you want to read first?" repeats his mother, who is proud of her son for being so polite. "Oh, it's too dark to read now," says Pana. "I'll put the light on," says his mother. "No, I mean it's night time. I'm too tired to read now," says Pana, rubbing his eyes. The next morning, Pana wakes up early, but his mother wakes up even earlier. Pana hears his mother making breakfast. As he comes into the kitchen, he says, "Mom, I need more books." "Do you want to learn how to read?" asks his mother. Pana says nothing. Instead, he goes upstairs and then comes back down hugging a big book very tightly in his arms. Pana's mother is at the kitchen sink. She looks in the mirror above the sink and sees Pana hugging his book. She wants to help him learn how to read. So, without turning around, she says, "Which book did you choose?" "This one," says Pana. "Which one? Tell me something about it. I can't turn around. My hands are wet," she says, hoping that Pana will read the words on the cover of the book. "I chose the biggest one because it was the biggest one," says Pana. His mother smiles as she dries her hands on a big red towel. "That Pana of mine, so smart," she thinks. His answers are always right. And then she remembers a reading trick to teach her Pana, who hates making mistakes. Pana is looking at his book when his mother comes up behind him. I bet I can teach you in less than 1 minute how to read at least one word on any page in any book, anywhere, says his mother, smiling. Okay, says Pana, rather delighted that it will take less than 1 minute. You've got 1 minute. Pana's mother sits down on the kitchen floor beside her dear Pana, who is listening very hard. There are 2 short words that appear on almost every page in every book, everywhere, she says. So what are they? Says Pana, eager to learn. Your time's running out. They are the and a, says his mother, pointing to those words on the page in front of him. But I know those words already, says the smart Pana, and he starts turning the pages and pointing to every the and a he sees. You're reading, says the very happy mother Pana. Well, the good news is that I can read, and the bad news is that I can't read, says the very serious Pana. Well, that doesn't make any sense, said Mother. That's like me saying that I can and I can't cook. Now, which one is it? Can I cook or can't I? She asked him. You can cook, said Pana, looking sad. Some people can cook better than I can, but that doesn't mean I can't cook. I can cook and you can read, said the mother very firmly. You could cook better, said Pana, who was feeling much better now and ready to tease his mother again. And you could read better, said his mother, laughing. So let's practice together. You can read out this recipe for me. And don't you make any mistakes, because we've got to eat it afterwards, she said, trying to look very serious. Pana looked hard at the recipe book. He pointed to the words as he read. You will need... You can read, said his mother proudly. To go to the library today to get more books, said Pana, pretending to read this from the recipe book. You can read and you can make me laugh, said his mother, smiling. Those are 2 of the most important things in this whole wide world of pandas. They gave each other nice big panda hugs. Pana watched his mother working in the kitchen. She got out some pans, a wooden spoon, and a mixing bowl. He was very proud of his hard-working mum. Do we need honey? Asked the mother. Yes, said Pana, looking at the recipe book that was lying on the counter. He knew they would make something extra delicious today. And then, without his mum even asking him to, Pana picked up the recipe book and tried to read some more. I hope you enjoyed that story, and my idea in this book is to include that recipe and to ask if you would like to read the recipe that Pana and his mum used. So I'm going to put that on the thread below the video. It's called Panda's Fortune Cookies. So that's all for now. I'm going to read some more stories. I hope you enjoyed it. If you'd like me to volunteer to read with a student of yours, get in touch. Annabelle Howard at Big Fun Education. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye now.